Hello, hi, good evening everyone. Thank you for joining us on Thekchen Choling YouTube channel tonight. So we're very honored to be hosting live tonight from Thekchen Choling Melaka, and very honored to have Singha Rinpoche to deliver the precious Dharma teaching live in Thekchen Choling Melaka Center. So tonight's topic will be how to be responsible for our own enlightenment. And before we begin the teaching today, we'll have James to lead us in the prayers before teaching tonight. So while waiting, you can actually share this YouTube link with your friends and family to join us in the precious teaching tonight. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, welcome everybody. Please refer to page A5. Page A5. Om Sambra Sambra Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Samra Samra Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Samra Samra Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Samra Samra Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Samra Samra Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Samra Samra Vimana Sarama Java Hong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Sarama Java Hong. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. Namo Guru Bhya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Dhammaya. Namo Sanghaya. Namo Gurubhya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Dhammaya. Namo Sanghaya. Namo Gurubhya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Dhammaya. Namo Sanghaya. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Arahant Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Arahant Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Arahant Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all the numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimaginable ocean of samsaric suffering and lead them to peerless full enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teaching of the profound Buddha Dharma. Teyata Shamavati Shamita Shatru Angkure Mangkure Marasite Karote Keyure Tizovati Oloyani Vishuddha Nemale Malapanaye Kukure Kaka Grase Grasane Omoki Param Moki Amoki Shamitani Sawa Graha Bandanane Nigrihitva Sawa Para Pravadina Vikmuta Mara Pasha Siddha Pitva Buddha Mudra Anung Gatita Sava Mare Pusarita Parishude Vigatsantu Sawa Mara Karamani. I prostrate to the gathering of Dakinis of the three places, coming from the supreme holy site of space enjoying, who have the power of clairvoyance and magical illumination and regard practitioner as their offspring. Aka sa ma ra sa sa dara sama rayape tayata gate gate paragate parasamgate buddhyesoha. Through the power of the great truth of the words of the exalted three jewels, may all adverse conditions be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May all the evils such as enemies, obstacles, and hindrances and adverse conditions be pacified. Shantim Kuryesoha. May the 8,000 types of obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from adverse harmful conditions. Everything conducive be obtained, and by the auspiciousness of everything good. May there be excellent happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, anger to near one, and aversion to others. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anger to near ones and aversion to others. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anger to near one and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aim, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aim, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aim, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reveling, I prostrate my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actually offered and mentally transformed. I confess all my negative action accumulated since beginnings of time, and rejoice in the virtue of holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and to turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all this virtue of others and myself to the great enlightenment. With the Heart Sutra, thus have I heard. Once the Blessed One was dwelling in the Raja Griha at Vulture Peak Mountain, together with a great gathering of the Sangha of monks and a great gathering of the Sangha of Bodhisattva. At that time, the Blessed One entered the Samadhi that expresses the Dharma, called profound illumination. And at the same time, noble Avatishvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, while practicing the profound Prashtaparamita, saw in this way. He saw the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Then through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputra said to the noble Avatishvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, how should a son or daughter of noble family train, who wishes to practice the profound Prashtaparamita? Addressed in this way, noble Avatishvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava said to Venerable Shariputra, O Shariputra, A son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice the profound Prajnaparamita should see in this way. Seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature, form is emptiness, emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Shariputra, all dharmas are emptiness. There are no characteristics, there is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no disease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dharma, no eye dhatu up to no mind dhatu, no dhatu of dharma, no mind consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to no old age and death, no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, since the Bodhisattva have no attainment, they abide by means of Prajnaparamita. Since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear, they transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana. All the Buddha of the three times by the means of Prajnaparamita fully awakened to unsurpassable true, complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of Prajnaparamita, the mantra of great insight, the unsurpassed mantra, the unequal mantra, the mantra that calms all suffering, should be known as truth. Since there is no deception, the Prajnaparamita mantra is said in this way. Tayata om gate gate paragate parasamgate puriya soha. Thus, Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasava should train in a profound Prajnaparamita. Then the Blessed One arose from the Samadhi and phrased noble Avatārishvara. The Bodhisattva Mahasava saying, Good, good, O son of noble family. Thus it is, O son of noble family. Thus it is. One such practice the profound Prajnaparamita, just as you have taught, and all the Tanatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One has said this, Venerable Shariputra and noble Avatārishvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, that whole assembly and the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas rejoice and phrase the words of the Blessed One. Okay.
Thank you, James. So once again, we're very happy that today we're very honored to be able to hosting live from Thekchen Choling, Melaka. So while waiting for the teaching to start, do share the YouTube links with your friends and family on your Facebook as well as your other social media to join in on this precious teaching tonight on the topic of how to be responsible for our own enlightenment. So it's been quite a while since the COVID lockdown that we had a chance to come back into Malaysia. So we're very honored to have Rinpoche back in Thekchen Choling Kota Tinggi yesterday for the Chinese teaching, and tonight in Thekchen Choling Melaka to deliver the English Dharma teaching. So in a moment we will be inviting Rinpoche to start the teaching. So when you see Rinpoche on the screen, do make 3 prostrations to him before we commence the teaching. And tonight we'll also be honored to have the Thekchen Choling Melaka team to offer the mandala to Rinpoche before the teaching. So while waiting, we invite the attendees both in the hall as well as online to join us also in the 7 line prayers to Guru Rinpoche as a form of invitation to invite our Guru Singha Rinpoche to commence the teaching for tonight.
Okay, page 25. Hong organ yogi no chan sam pe ma ke sa dong bo la ya sen chu ki nyo rom nye pe ma jong ni shi su ra ko ru kan ro mang po ko ki ki je su dak rop ki chính gi lap she she su so guru pe ma si di ho orge yogi no chan sam pe ma ke sa dong bo la ya sen chu ki nyo rom nye pe ma jong ne she su ra ko du kan ro mang bo ko ke ki je su da drop ki chính gi lap she she su so guru pe ma si di ho orge yogi nok chang sam pe ma ki sa dong po la ya sen chu ki nyo rom nye pe ma jong ne she su ra ko ru kan ro mang bo ko ki ki je su dak drop ki chính gi lap she she su so guru pe ma si di ho organ yogi no chang sam pe ma ke sa dong bo la ya sen chu ki nyo rom nye pe ma jong ne she su ra ko ru kan ro mang po ko ke ki je su da drop ki chính gi lap she she su so guru pe ma si di ho organ yogi no chan sam pe ma ki sa dong po la ya sen chu ki nyo rom nye pe ma jong ne she su ra ko ru kan ro mang po ko ke ki je su dak drop ki king gi lap she she ko ke ki je su da do ki king gi lap she she su so guru pe ma ti ho orge yogi no sang sam pe ma ti sa dong po la ya sen chu ki no do ki pe ma jong ne she su ra ko du kan ro mang do ko ke ki je su da drop ki chính she she su so guru pe ma si di ho. Okay, everybody please prostrate.
Okay, James, so everybody online and on site, please do offer 3 prostration to Rinpoche now. So we offer mandala to Rinpoche now.
Everybody please turn your page to A20. A sir. Omao, Omao, Omao. Om Vajra ground Ahong. Here's the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Vajra line Ahong. The outer ring encircled with its iron fence. In the center of the king mountains, Mount Meru. In the east, the continent Puradiva. In the south, Jambudvipa. In the west, Aparagonia. In the north, Utakuru. Around the east, the subcontinent Deha and Videha. Around the south, Kamara and Apachamara. Around the west, Sata and Uttamatrin. Around the north, the subcontinent Kurava and Kurava. In the east is the treasure mountain. In the south is the wish-granting tree. In the west is the wish-granting cow. In the north is the harvest that needs no cultivation. Here is the precious wheel. Here is the precious jewel. Here is the precious queen. Here is the precious minister. Here is the precious elephant. Here is the precious and best horses. Here is the precious general. Here is the great treasure vase. Here is the goddess of beauty. Here is the goddess of gallants. Here is the goddess of song. Here is the goddess of dance. Here is the goddess of flower. Here is the goddess of incense. Here is the goddess of light. Here is the goddess of perfume. Here is the sun. Here is the moon. Here is the umbrella of that is precious. Here is the banner of victory in all direction. In the center are all possessions precious to gods and men. The magnificent collection, lacking in nothing, I offer to you my kind and holy root Lama, together with you, Venerable lineage Lama, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Tupten Lamdro Doje, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Lozang Tupwang Doje Chang. Together with assembly of gods, I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted this to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessing through your great compassion. Sachiboki Yoshimedo Sulama Dampakinam Kicho Kuikala Kienzi Drini Jita Sambi Rujizimala Sabgi Chuki Chapa Abtu Somi Dam Guru Anamana Rakam Yatayami. So everybody, please greet Rinpoche. Good evening. Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening. So yesterday I gave teaching in Chinese, so for today I'm going to give in English. Those of you who don't understand English well, then some of you may be good to translate for each other. So, long time no see for physical presence, at least 2.5 years. This really it's very important for all of us to think that the karma for us to die from this human body is not ripened yet. All the conditions to die were here. COVID was widespread. In the beginning, there was no vaccination. Everybody was afraid and frightened. And so, if we really reflect upon it, many of us could have died. But I'm sure you know of somebody who have died in this COVID, isn't it? And definitely it feels like they shouldn't have died. You们都认识一些人在这个疫情当中死掉了，对吗？心里面感觉都是死得太早，都不应该死，对吗？ So today, I want to ask each and every one of us, then, what then is the time to die? Do you understand? What then is the time to die? And if we do not know how to answer this question, what then we feel is a good time to die or a beneficial time to die, then we really need to face this question where it is so difficult for everybody to face up to or to meet up, is how to be responsible for our own enlightenment. 我们应该如何怎么样对自己的觉醒负责任？当然，很多人是会用我们应该怎么样对自己成佛负责任。可是成佛的意思就是觉醒，啊，觉就是发觉的觉，醒是醒起来了。How to be responsible for our own enlightenment? Enlightenment is a term where many people take like the meaning like to become the state, to become enthroned like Buddha. Because we feel, oh, Buddha like king, like whatever, greater than king, and actually that's not true. This wrong. How to be responsible for our own enlightenment? First, we must understand the word enlightenment. Maybe you need to translate for Joanne's mom. Is somebody translate or what? It's okay, it's okay. So, enlightenment here means to be able to really see beyond, and then you can see, and you can see through it. Actually, all of us have some level of enlightenment. But the fact is, this level is still very shallow. 每个人都有这个觉醒的程度，只不过还是太浅。I'll give you a good example. This example is have any one of you not been cheated before? Listen, 有什么在座有哪一位没有给人家骗过的？ So we all have been cheated before, right? Right? Okay. So this shows we are not enlightened yet. But when the same story happen again, like the child want to cheat you of your money or cheat you of candy, cheat you of this, immediately you have the awakening, you can see it, right? Correct? You can see it, you can understand it, right? And you know that this child is trying to play funny tricks, right? And then you won't be truly angry with the child to go and kill the child as for revenge, right? You understand? That is called like an enlightenment. Okay? This shallow state of enlightenment. This shallow state, 这个层次，你知道这个小孩子要耍花招，骗你几个糖吃，骗你一些钱买东西，你看得到，你感觉得到，你懂，可是你也不会去打死他。因为有这个仁爱，这个仁慈，对吗 ？Okay, so you know it's like that. So how to be responsible for own enlightenment? By the method, like what I said just now. How many of you have not been cheated before? Clearly shows everybody got cheated before. But how to be responsible for it? To be enlightened is to be responsible for your experience of being cheated before. If not, if we don't heal from it or restore our energy, like plastic bag, you pour water inside, one small pinhole poke, the water keep on shooting out, right? How much water you add, in time all the water is gone. To restore the integrity of the bag, you mend the hole. Put plaster, put something like that, go and glue, correct? Okay? So all of us need to heal from our own experiences. Study Dharma without healing, that's called, I said, study Dharma is like eating food. You can eat a lot and get fat and not healthy. Or you can choose to eat and digest and exercise and become strong and healthy. That's why I've never forced you all to become vegetarian. Rather, I impose upon you to promise me that if you eat meat, don't order live animals to be killed. Don't accept other people to kill live animals to serve you. And don't eat what you see, the animal, what you see the animal being killed or hear the animal being killed. this is what my instruction to you is. 这个叫做三净肉。Okay? We cannot stop people from killing. We cannot stop the world from eating meat. But we can very much be responsible on how much we can eat. And do we really need like that? But in this world where so many things are based on people sharing, celebrating this and that, there's always so much. We have to be responsible for these animals that became food. And we must be responsible to have the power and compassion to really pray and benefit them. Some of you we didn't meet for so long. Some I've seen before, some I don't remember seeing. After class, I give you an example of how the power of prayer can change something instantly. Okay? You have to experience it yourself. Now, where does being responsible for our enlightenment start? Okay? It starts from 我们怎么从哪一方面开始自负负责自己的成佛之道 OK 就是从我们的工作范围内 We all need to work. We need to have jobs, right? Because we need the salary, or some people do. Some of us don't work because we do business. We don't work for a job. The result of every month when you get a salary or your profit can either be worldly or Dharma. Start from every day we feel and generate that I'm going to offer my service today to all sentient beings as a practice of the 6 perfections and or the 10 perfections to lead all beings to enlightenment. A very good example would be volunteering your service in temple, or for those who are working in temple, or even you are working outside. Now you know your job directly benefits customers or patients or so many other different conditions, isn't it? Your boss, the company that you work for, etc. Right? But there are two results of it, which I feel you will know it yourself. One is if you have a colleague or a staff who work for money, can you feel? Can you feel if someone just work for the money? Right? You see, they don't really care so much about, they don't have a sense of dignity in their work. They just want to get it over and done with. And also they are not proud of their work. They are not happy, and they probably feel lousy or tired or a drag. for that book. Or feel, oh, I have this, I have that. I've seen many people who are, when I was young, I think when we were all young, all our parents are very influenced by Commonwealth British education. Must study, then do well in your study, then you can get a good job and good salary, then you have a good life, correct? Huh? This is how well they have conditioned us to be good servants or paid slaves. Why do I say that? Because when you work for them, you literally have no freedom. Right? Think, we reflect clearly. You know who have freedom? When you are your own boss. What time you want to close shop, you close shop. When you're done enough, or what time you sleep in your shop also can. That's called freedom. You got dignity. But if you're really working for other people, you're only trained to be efficient. Your dignity don't matter. That's why your boss feel that they have the right to talk rudely to you, to step on you, to look down on you and everything. Right? Correct? How sad. So, when we turn around and say the practice of Dharma, what is the practice of Dharma, In a modern world, in a modern language, you want to know how I translate it to be? You want to know? Customer service. Am I right? 做菩萨的要有这个要给人家顶级的这个服务的，对不对？Right. So if you expect customer service from Guru, from Buddha, Bodhisattva, you also better do the same for each other, and for others. 对不？係咪啊？Correct? I translate Buddha Dharma to modern language is called customer service practice. Right? You do it not because boss will pay you, but you do it because it is your dignity. 是你的尊严来的，你有把你的工作不止做完，而且要把它做好，而且要什么？要有要有你的这个客户对你的服务点赞对吗？这个是实话This is a fact. Not only to have the dignity to, just do the practice. You have to do the practice well, to serve well, and to have inner pride or dignity, that, I am a dignified person. Whatever I do is dignified. But if the same thing, same job taken by somebody else, end of the month faster come, I need salary, faster go cut other people's commission, steal other people's customer okay, faster go and or just like I say about higher education, I'm university graduate, you must pay me minimum so much, I study so much, If you don't pay me, you problem, Okay? I study so much, you know, I'm a this and that, but inside, like got pieces of pork fat, tư yếu thắt nào study too much, didn't digest everything, coagulate already, jam and stuck. Right? And you will see one common, sometimes I see, very rarely. But the common trait, before I say what is it, is those people who have the very self-entitled attitude also don't like to exercise. Because they feel that my body is mine, my body is here to serve me. If a person who have real dignity would do something to eat well, to live well, to take care, body well and everything. Right? But I say something wrong, everybody like, why you say like that? I fat correct. Right? So, very important for each and every one of us to hold this responsibility to become enlightened by be responsible for our triggers. Okay? Many of us don't want to be responsible for our triggers because we don't like to be responsible. And we don't like to be responsible, possibly because when we are young, we are forced to be responsible without being taught how to. And after that, we do something not well, not up to an adult standard, we are beaten up, verbally abused, scolded, being stupid, lazy, fat, you're not clever, and everything. Correct? Okay? So, you see, this is not a Singaporean problem, no? This Malaysia problem. So, it's actually a humanitarian problem. To be responsible Buddhist is to be responsible for our own nonsense triggers. For example, a good example, how many of you enjoy smoking cigarette? Nobody here? Oh, no. Oh, okay. So, how many of you don't like people to smoke cigarette beside you? Okay, Now you see? Adam, get all these people later, stand in the middle of them and smoke. Okay? You realize you don't like, but you cannot stop people from smoking, you know? And if you don't like, it is your own trigger. It is your own mind that create what I like, what I don't like. You understand what I mean? But society, you dare to go out and say, if someone smoke next to you, you slap them or scold them, you dare or not? You dare? I dare you, lor. Correct? You understand what I'm saying? Nobody should be afraid to be themselves. You see, but you must understand, all of us are bullies, because we've been bullied before. Right? 我们都是喜欢欺负人的。即使我们不欺负人了，我们可以用能量上欺负人的吗？或者是我们可以用嘴巴欺负人的吗？对吗？ We can bully people with our energy, and bully people with everything. You know how we bully people? Do you know? We bully people first by feeling what, no? Victimized. 我们欺负人的主要的根本是怎么样？我们要先给自己一个理由，为什么我可以发脾气，我可以欺负人，我可以怎么样？就是我首先已经习惯性做什么？做一个受害者。我很受害因为怎么样？我很受害，因为你们这样，我很受害因为James 跟那个 Melvin 你在那边啰里啰嗦很久，所以我没有办法我从各大定义连夜赶来集产一下，对不对？然后害到我明天早上一早就要飙回去了，你懂吗？You understand, right? So we can really be bullying people by either our choice to feel victimized, or it can become a habit or ingrained that I'm a victim, and that I feel I have a reason to be kepo. What? This, that. Or to scold people, right? 第一是 kepo 了，第二 kepo 你懂吗 ？busybody 那么 to scold people 骂人呢，对不？那么 3呢，最 powerful 的，你懂吗？不用讲，不用什么了，很 powerful 呢，你知道吗？怎么做黑面神？黑面神了，对吧 ？Next life very easy become, or we can easily guess our next life already. Correct not? You see, for example, being a crab, right? The crab see his friend being taken away and killed and cooked, so 他觉得我很受害，我很受害。是啊，改次那个螃蟹一看到人就是，对不对？我要保护自己，要不然我就攻击你。Okay, so what is the samsara for the crab? To kill or be killed, because other people will definitely want to bully me or take advantage of me. Right? Now you see it. Okay? Samsara, our responsibility is to be responsible for our own behavior. We are never perfect, but we have to accept that. But for example, you don't like people to smoke next to you, when you go and tell the person, I don't like people smoke next to me, F off. Say loud and point middle finger at the person, see what happens. Okay? You become pancake, after that. People will chop you up and cook. Right? This is a fact. We don't dare to bully the people we don't know, or especially if they look very fierce. Right? Or number two is, we do not know who we are bullying or not. We just show blackface, energy, chao bin, scold people, complain loud or everything. These things are, everybody do. 每个人都这样做的。Okay, and this only shows we have been conditioned to feel that it is okay to be victimized. But in Buddhism, Buddha always taught, or especially in Tantra, victimization is not the way of Vajrayana Buddhism. Why? Through the teaching of renunciation, to renounce our past, the attachment to our past. The past, you cannot let it go, but we are attached to, last time the fella scolded me, last time my mother did this, last time my father did that, my grandmother did this, my grandmother did that, this and that. Correct? And then we feel very righteous that we must take revenge. At you and smile. 莫出声就好，看到了，听到了，知影了，够了。Okay. So in Vajrayana Buddhism, okay. So in Vajrayana Buddhism, you heard of this term divine pride, right? It means we have to meditate on being a good service personnel. Right? I want to lead all beings to enlightenment. I want to practice to lead all beings to enlightenment. This is the best customer service personnel. 5-star award one. Correct? They do it because got dignity, their own dignity. No need anybody to give award one. Next one. Buddha taught about dependent arising. In this dependent arising shows that we can recondition the conditions through our body, speech and mind and then create a new condition. For example, there was no Thekchen Choling in Melaka 10 years ago, right? Now this year is 10 years anniversary, you know? Okay? Thekchen Choling Melaka, 10 years anniversary. Then a small shop space. Then after that, the condition changed, we moved here. And then what is the future conditioning? We don't know, but we can make it happen. So to be responsible is to be responsible for one thing. To be responsible to be a dignified practitioner. "有尊严的修行人，有尊严的人。" Okay? And this is important because it is the direct antidote to the feeling of victimization. Victims feel powerless. That's why they feel they are the victims. 对吗？受害者觉得没有力量，所以他一直感觉他很受害，很受害，很受害。对吗？Somebody who is responsible and somebody who chooses to take back power accepts the responsibility and not feel powerless. Right? But we look around us, okay? Many people choose to feel being victimized. And what does that tell you? What does that tell me? You understand what I'm saying? What it is telling you and telling me is, look at all this victimization. They are here to tell us to wake up. Don't be like them. If you feel that if everybody behave like a victim, then being a victim is the natural flow of things. Okay? But this is how everybody is thinking, right? If everybody also choose to be like a victim, feel very victimized, so that's the natural flow of thing. Last time my grandmother like that, my mother like that, I also like that. This is how things are being lived, correct or not? Am I right? 以前我阿嬷这样，我妈妈这样，或者阿祖这样，我阿嬷这样，我太妈这样，我阿嬷这样，我妈妈这样，或者我爸爸这样，我也是这样哦。It's so easy to push the blame. Now, if that is the case, if other people like that, your family like that, and then so that means you also can be like that, or you feel that you can be like that, then it means other people take drug, you also take drug lah. One die, all die lor. So now you understand the logic don't match. You understand? The logic don't match. Or we feel very powerless. Oh, my brother asked me to do this, my sister asked me to do that, I have to do this, I do that, I want to do this, but they want to be like this and this and that. I don't know what to do. This, I feel very powerless, I'm very stressed, I'm this and that, you know. It happens to everybody, right? 哎呀，我老公叫我这样，哎呀，我老婆叫我这样，我爸爸叫我这样，我妈妈叫我这样，哎呀，等一下我要，他们要吃，应该要吃，不要吃啦，这个那个，不要那无理取闹啦，这个一大堆啦，怎么样啊？哥哥叫我做这个，姐姐叫我那个，弟弟叫我做那个，每个人都有很多这种理由的。你怎么样断除这些无理取闹？就是你自己负责任，你自己。东西就开始改变了。你自己负责任，如果就是你自己负起这个责任，你不要，你要知道说，哦，我现在被人家 ，for example， 很好的 ，OK， 人家坐我隔壁抽烟，哇，我就非常的生气，不爽、不甘愿、不高兴，我就要去看起我小的时候，有没有人在我身边抽烟，伤害到我，我觉得我很讨厌。If you don't like somebody who you feel triggered, somebody sitting next to you and smoke, then you have to really go and reflect when you are young, very young time, what happened? Did somebody do the same thing to you or not? Sit next to you and smoke or not? It can swing both ways. Somebody, I know one person, his father play with him when young time, smoke cigar and blow the smoke on his face. Because I know this person. Young time we play together. So he grew up, I say, my father smoked cigar and now he's take drug now. One is extremely against it, the other one he totally become it. This person is like he's like a president scholar, Lee Kuan Yew scholar, very intelligent, but life is wasted because he decided to become the other extreme. That's why Buddha's teaching is middle path. Middle path is most important, not extreme of both sides. Middle path means we understand cause and condition. Middle path means we understand that we can take responsibility and then we can take action. Not feel powerless and waiting for things to happen. So far you understand? Anybody got any questions?
Rinpoche, can you share with us the difference between lower tantra and higher tantra practice? What is the benefit in our practice and our future life?
That question and this topic, you're very extreme. I just tell you, don't swing to the extreme. It's okay. All the tantras have the same result of enlightenment. Highest yoga tantra, all the tantras have the same power to have enlightenment, but it only comes first from having to take up responsibility. Responsibility for all beings through yourself. So, some people feel, I have to take responsibility for all beings, then all beings are also not my responsibility, then I feel very overwhelmed, I'm very victimized, I'm very powerless. Right? But no. The whole idea of all beings is to understand interconnectedness. If I am responsible for Jimmy, I'm responsible for Jane, for Chua family sisters, for I suddenly forget the name. Yvonne Ting. Yeah. Okay. So I'm responsible for them, right? So I teach and share, and then it goes down to the next point is, then they have an interconnectedness to their family, their friends, right? And then it will all link to their activity, their job, their everything. Then it will link to all beings by itself. We are responsible for all beings by being responsible for ourselves. We're responsible for all beings by being responsible with our interconnectedness. Lower Tantra does not guarantee, does have the result of enlightenment, but it doesn't happen in 16 lifetimes. Highest Yoga Tantra, if you receive from fully qualified Lama and everything, there's a guarantee that you become a Buddha in 16 lifetimes. But with the great responsibility, there's also a great, the great result, there's also a great responsibility. Don't break your vows. The whole idea of not breaking vows translate to being responsible, Right? But most of us don't want to be responsible for our vows. When we feel like it, we pray. We don't feel like it, we complain and we curse and swear and this and that. When you feel like it, you do your practice. Don't feel like it, don't do. And it cannot have this result. Because if you are growing a plot of vegetables or anything, in your garden, you have to water, you have to weed, you have to look after your crops. That is a responsibility. and definitely will have other people to reliant on you to have this food that you are growing, and not, of course these days many things we are not responsible because we don't need to. We have a place to stay, we have receive a good education, we are just waiting for things to happen. If not, everything just blame the government, blame parents, blame boss, blame company, blame this, blame that, blame everything else, but we never shoulder our own responsibility to work well and live well. And that is the basis of how to be responsible for our own enlightenment. Highest Yoga Tantra also focus a lot on deep meditations, okay, which has the foundation of Vipassana and Samadhi meditation. That's why for many of you, I did ask you all to go to practice Vipassana in Thailand. And because it will have a good effect on you. Okay? But that is as much as I'm willing to talk about the Tantras. I don't want to talk about Tantra because Tantric teachings are usually not given publicly. Okay? Only to the ripened, spiritually ripened, and spiritually connected, then it is slowly given to some, and it's like a walking up a staircase. Take one step. When you can walk that one step, then you take the other step, then you walk up the other step, and it's like that. Training the confidence of the student to that they can actually take the step, and also training the fitness of the student to walk up the steps. Training the mental confidence of the student that they can actually take the steps on their own. Okay? And not be reliant on things like good luck charms, not be reliant on so many things. If you realize, all the gurus and the high lamas, like, they don't wear any charms and anything on there. You realize or not? They don't wear any good luck ring, good luck charm, don't wear this on there. Don't have on there. Okay? But it's okay if people choose to wear them because they are frightened. It is okay because they are frightened, they feel insecure, and if it helps them boost their confidence, so be it. We don't need to criticize. We don't need to feel triggered if someone needs to wear a good luck charm or request for a string for blessing. Give it to them. Being responsible does not mean being judgmental. Being responsible actually means being loving, being kind, being understanding. And the thing is that whatever we throw out to borrow these modern new age words, whatever you throw out to the universe, it expands and returns to you. Right? All the people like to thank the universe. Who is the universe? Who is Mr. Universe? Universe? How come you know universe? Throughout to universe, correct? Yeah. Who is universe? Yeah. So then they say, oh, it's power, it's God, it is this, it is that. Oh. The original teaching of throughout to the universe and the truth and the natural law was taught by Shakyamuni Buddha. There's no God, no creator. Right? Okay, so you see there are many people who are taking Buddha's teachings, putting out Buddha, erasing Buddha's name, rearranging it, and then after that they say call it New Age. Of course it's New Age because Buddhism was the newest age at that time. Right? That there's no God, there's don't need to believe in a God and everything. And therefore Buddha taught that we are responsible for our own karma, and we not to, you don't need to pray and worship to get blessings. Okay? But create the good karma, create the good new language, create the good karma, create the good vibes. Alright, with one another. And then things will naturally become more interconnected, and for people to feel closer and happy. Okay? Yeah. So, any other questions?
Good evening, Rinpoche. There's a question from the online audience. The question is, may we know what it means to work well and live well? Thank you.
To work well is to have the motivation to offer your service, even if it's work, a paid service, to offer your paid service well and to fulfill the needs of others. For example, what is work well, no? Nowadays, mobile phones change so fast. All the uncle, auntie, even me don't know how to update and follow it. Correct? I usually rely on Samula or rely on Joanne to, what's this? show me what's this? Can you tell me what's this? Like that. And then if I don't know, then they have to teach me. First press this. Then when you see this, so you look, press where, press here, look here, press here. Then press this. If you're offering as a work and a service, to work well is to put down our pride and to be able to help people to understand things better for themselves. And not impatiently slam others and say, "Why are you so stupid? 这样也不会咩?" Right? So this is the way that it should be understood. So that is working well. As for living well, to live with a clear and enlightened, happy heart. Some people say is maybe some people like to use this word, guilt-free life. But in samsara, you can only be guilt-free if you are connected to yourself. Your external appearance and your internal energy is the same. Correct? For many a time, inside buay song, buay kaman, buay hoa here, but outside look like 等陣你就知. Right? Inside look very kind. Outside look very kind and everything. Inside I'm thinking how to mess you up later. You understand? This called inside and outside is different. But how to live your life is to recover the insight. The most unhappy people are those who feel most powerless and helpless since young. And it's always somebody else's fault, somebody else's this, somebody else's, because that person did like this, that's why I'm like, because that person did this, I'm like that, because that person, like I said, everything that happens from other people is a karmic lesson for us to recover from. Understand? Okay, so you will see a particular pattern. I don't know whether you see in your life, but for me, I see this person not happy with this company, complain about boss, feel very victimized. I don't know why everybody like to bully me lah, this and that. So I feel so victimized, so poor thing, and that's why how? Guru, how? Then I have to tell, say, okay, they're not happy, change job. So they change job. After few months, again, same problem. Everywhere they work, they got the same problem, you know. So is it everywhere they work got the same problem, or is it that person got the problem? The person got the problem, you know. Right? Much like we don't like it, we are the one that have that problem. Isn't it? So this called the cyclical patterns. It will not stop until we start to take responsibility of, actually I can do better, and actually I can change. I can do better, I can change, I can respect other people, and therefore people respect me. And therefore it breaks this cycle of feeling victimized. Right? So that's how you can live and work in your life. Any other question?
Rinpoche, I have another question.
How come every time you want?
Yeah, why every time me, Anybody want to use mic first before I ask?
Never mind, enough.
To improve our spiritual growth. Thank you.
Practice what I just said. Be responsible for your own enlightenment. Dharma practice, the foundation, this practice is the very foundation of Tantra. Right? You must take up the responsibility and be responsible for your good mental health, your mental calmness, serenity, and then when you do your recitation and everything, the frequency and the vibes from inside you can transform the whole universe. Then do just that, what I said just now. Not just Melaka student, for all beings. That is an honest sharing. No one can make you fat, right? No one can make you thin too. It is your own choice to become fat or thin. Right, Adam? Yeah. Any other question? Okay, don't have ready. Thank you. Good night. Okay? Please Please choose to be, please be responsible for yourself. And please choose to be happy. It is your choice, huh? Oh, please choose to be happy. Please be responsible for your mental health. Oh, if not, next life, start over again. 那危险啊！啊，那危险啊 ！Start all over again. Because the karmic lesson haven't learned. Haven't 还未圆满你的功课啊！所以你know all these 功课啊，这些都是功课，对吗？这些功课在古时候叫做什么？你懂吗？古时候的讲法，这些功课就是释迦牟尼佛向观音菩萨讲什么？玄奘法师要经过9981难，这些就是我们的难，我们的功课是我们的难，因为我们不敢面对自己，所以我们有难，明白吗？ Our karmic lesson is our homework. In the ancient language, this homework is called your tragedies. Okay? The tragedy of samsara. When you go through 9 times 9, 81 type of tragedy, just like, Master Tripitaka from China go to India to receive the teaching. All these tragedies are only personally tragedies. Because for some people it's a tragedy, so some people it doesn't matter. For example, if you are a parent and you look after the baby, it's not a tragedy. If you love the baby and got good feeling. But for somebody got no children, give you one baby, look after the baby, tragedy starts. Same condition, adult and baby, same thing, correct or not? Give you one baby, princess, give one baby, the tragedy start, right? So, your tragedy is your samsara. It is your homework that you need to, some say heal, some say evolve, So there are like 91 evolutions, 81 evolutions. Or maybe, just for the fun of it, you got 99 evolutions before you go to 100 marks. Perfect 100 marks. So all these things is mere labeling. But we actually have to face our own tragedy of the past. 我们要面对我们自己的娑婆世界，因为这个娑婆世界就是我们自己的心结，这个心结就是我们的难。往往我跟你讲一样东西，OK？ 你自己想我讲的对不对啊？你越怕跟越不喜欢的东西，往往就会发生，对不对？你知道为什么吗？我讲的有没有道理？ Whatever you are most afraid of, or you most hate, or most angry, and this kind of thing, okay? It will happen to you. Why? You know why? Because you are the one who was responsible to make it happen to you. First point, you are so triggered that you so hate it so much. Number 2, you feel so victimized that you are so oblivious that you want to blind yourself from it. And don't want to be responsible for it. Number 3, so when all the warning signs happen, you choose to put your head in the mud or in the ground like ostrich. Correct? So number 4, you become the easy target for the hunter to cut us up. Make sense? True? Correct? So you will see some things happen in families called communal karma. It happens. I'm not saying this to jest at anybody, but this is for awareness. Okay? Somebody's ancestors, okay, got wife-beating tendency. Then let's say the great-grandfather beat the wife, then the grandfather also beat the wife, the father also beat the mother, and then the son will also grow up to beat the wife. Some is the ancestor down there, they got divorce. So grandparents divorce, the parents also divorce, the children also end up divorced. Sad, right? It's tragedy, Okay? So you know what does this teach us? You know what does this teach us? You want to know? You want to be responsible to know? This teach us, okay, that we should not think that just receiving an education is enough. People learn from example. Right? Say so much no use one, Children learn from example. People learn from example. Am I right? Okay. So, what does this being responsible mean? It also means that we have to do lots of, medicine Buddha say, the Buddha of healing to heal the world. What is the secret meaning, to heal this world inside you, starting from your childhood world? That's why medicine Buddha name mantra 南无消灾延寿药师佛，消内心的灾难，你才会延寿啊！如果你内心这么多灾难，你都不想活啊！所以人拜忏的南无消灾延寿药师佛，南无消灾延寿药师佛，南无消灾延寿。Then they chant 南无药师琉璃光如来，南无药师琉璃光如来。Why? Because we need 药师 Okay, we need healing. Okay, and we need the light. We need to know that there is hope, and the hope is ourselves. And the teaching and the lineage that your guru is passing on to you. Sorry, today teaching maybe a little bit tough for after not seeing 2.5 years. 2年半不见了，一讲课就把每个人打到黑青了。因为为什么我看每个人听经的那个脸色是这样？ 认真的听啊，因为被吓傻了，惊了，got afraid 啊。Maybe you share your buri, huh? Like blanket 嘛，哦。So really, we should all think and reflect and start to forgive our ancestors and forgive the people who hurt us. Only when you can forgive and accept them, you know why? You know why? How you can forgive and accept them? You want to know? 我们为什么要原谅伤害我们的人？原因就是因为他也是受害，他也不会。如果你可以受害，你也不会，所以你讲为什么其他的人不可以受害，不可以不会？ You have forgive them because they also are a victim and they also didn't know. They also didn't know and they also didn't know better. That's how you can forgive all beings. Boleh? Can? And do that slowly. If you do what I say, you will die with no regrets. And you will live with no regrets. 活着没有后悔，不会后悔。身体死的时候也不会后悔，因为你知道你一定会去一个更好的地方，所以不会后悔，因为没有再受害了。你好像懂了，你有机票了，你懂要去哪里了，不用等啊，我怎么办？我将来会怎么？我会去哪里？我不会了，因为你不会再受害了。You will no longer be the victim of the circumstances of samsara. That is the ultimate liberation. Okay? Any other question?
Hi Rinpoche, yes, there's one question from the online audience. The question is, how do we strike a balance between being efficient and being dignified? Meaning can't lose either one and can't be too focused on either as well.
To understand your motivation before you start work is the way you can have dignity by understanding your motivation and doing your best with the best of your efficiency. It's the best way you have the union of dignity and efficiency. By taking ownership of your motivation. Not just about chanting, ask for blessing. Keep on asking for blessing is like keep on putting water in a pot that got leaky holes. All the water flow away. Better to mend your pot. Right? Okay? Thank you. I see you all hopefully after visa. Okay? And maybe during the 10-year anniversary celebration. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, let's turn to the page A25. A25. Let's offer together a Thanksgiving mandala to Rinpoche. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Beru, 4 continents, sun and moon, I offer in visualization as few as Buddha. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. Om Idam Guru Rana Mandalakam Niryatayami. Okay, let's go to the page C11. Let's recite together long life prayer for our Guru, Singha Rinpoche. Om Svasti. Like the countless light rays that radiate from the Ruby Mountain, exquisite Abhinayus, Lord of everlasting life, who captivates and one does not tire of seeing, whose essence is of infinite life, the nectar of immortality, please internally grant our Guru the city of stable and everlasting life. You are intelligent and skillful upholding the tradition of Buddha, spreading the holy Dharma through explanation and practices, in order to lead disciples onto the path to liberation. You are the one who is an unequal guide, please live a long and stable life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to enjoy excellent health. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to live a long life. I request respectfully my precious and Holy Guru that our Dharma activities spread and flourish far and wide. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to bless me to be never separated from you. In all my future rebirth, may I never be separated from my perfect Guru. May I enjoy the manifestation of Dharma, and by completing quality of stages and path, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Om Om Om. Okay, let's go to page B9. Dedication merits. Any white virtues I created like this, I dedicate as cause to accomplish all deeds and vow of the 3 times Sugatas and their sons, and to uphold the Dharma, both scriptures and insight. By the power of these, may I in all my life not separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahayana, and travel the path of detachment, bodhicitta, right view, and 2 stages to the end. Okay, Midsummer prayer, B11. Me so wei de chen chen re zi, tri mi kian bi wang bo jang bi yang, gan chen ge bi su gen song ga pa, lo san dra bi shab la so wa di. Mi me sa wei de chen chen re zi, tri me kian bi wang bo jang bi yang, gan chen ge bi su gen song ga pa, lo san dra bi shab la so wa di. Mi me sa wei de chen chen re zi, tri mi kian bi wang bo jang bi yang, gan chen ge bi su gen song ga pa, lo san dra bi shab la so wa di.
Thank you, Rinpoche. For all online and on-site audience, please rise and offer 3 prostrations. Okay, sorry, no prostrations for today. So for the online participants, if you would like to give Thanksgiving to Rinpoche, you can just scan the QR code and donate to the Guru's Fund. And for the on-site participant, you can offer kata. No prostration needed, but please you can offer kata to Rinpoche later. Thank you. So for the online participants, do take note that tomorrow night we'll be back in Singapore. So there will be Chinese Dharma teaching at 8 p.m. on Singha Rinpoche's Facebook. And for the upcoming week's event, do visit the Choling.my, which is the webpage for all the Thekchen Choling Malaysia activities. So you can check out the latest events over there. And for international updates, you can check out the thekchencholing.org for the latest update on all Thekchen Choling events. So thank you for joining us tonight once again, and rejoice in merits on joining us. And do see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on Rinpoche's Facebook.所以谢谢大家，学习大家的功德，今天参与今天的这个佛法开示。那别忘了明天呢，仁波切呢将会赶回新加坡，为我们做明天晚上8点钟在新加坡大乘禅寺的这个 佛法开示，所以晚上8点钟呢，可以亲临大乘禅师新加坡的那个大堂，或者呢上这个金河仁波切的脸书，观看明晚的这个开示。晚上8点，明天晚上8点见。那想了解更多关于马来西亚大乘禅师的这个资料呢，可以上大乘禅师的马来西亚网站，就是 www.thekchen.choling.my。国际的这个朋友们呢，可以上这个www.thekchen.choling.org， 然后了解更多关于呢大乘禅师的这个资料。那谢谢大家今天参与，晚安。Thank you for joining us tonight. Good night to everyone, and see you tomorrow 8 p.m. 明晚8点见，谢谢大家。